Ranking Member Boston. I agree. Today's the day to say thank you to our veterans. They're hurting. They're in a bad place. They wonder, was it worth it? And as they see the Taliban take over, it raises a lot of questions. We just got to have a classified briefing with the Secretary of State, Defense, Chairman of Joint Chiefs, the DNI. So all the key components. And as the leader said, we left with more questions than we did with answers. My understanding is the president just announced a firm withdrawal date of August 31st. I can tell you there's no way we can humanly get all of our American citizens and Afghan partners out of country by that time. I've called this consistently an unmitigated disaster of epic proportions. It will be a stain on this presidency, and particularly after the decision made today and what we heard today, he will have blood on his hands. People are going to die, and they're going to be left behind. The biggest credo in the military is no man left behind, no one left behind, and that's precisely what we were doing. We were violating the trust and moral obligation that we gave them. And not only that, but how is this impacting our status in the global community? You know, when our Brits, the Prime Minister and Secretary of Defense, are calling upon us to extend the deadline, the Germans, because they want to get their people out of there as well. But instead, we have a president who's intimidated and is begging to negotiate with the Taliban. To put ourselves in that place where we're begging the Taliban to give us more time to evacuate, and then we give the Taliban exactly what they want, empowering them. I know when Biden met with Putin, Putin said you cannot put your ISR intelligence capabilities in the region. And now we're having the president of Russia telling this president what to do. Our global standing has greatly diminished. We're projecting weakness, not strength. And for months, we told this administration, as the IC briefed us on a grim situation, that it was deteriorating rapidly, the Taliban's going to take over, Afghan's going to fall. Please get our Americans out. Please get our Afghan partners out. Instead, they're stranded there, our military's pulling out, and they're going to be left behind. And from a world stage standpoint, I can't think of a weaker posture that we could put ourselves in. Our allies no longer trust us, and our enemies no longer fear us, and that's Russia, China, and Iran, and Pakistan. This will have grave long-term consequences for our national security down the road. And with that, I'd like to introduce another veteran of Afghanistan, Mr. Bang.